writing prompt says, write about the emotions of love and hate. What has been your experience with these feelings? This should be written in paragraph form. Be sure to include a topic sentence, supporting details, and a conclusion sentence. Check for correct spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Don't forget to indent. All right, anytime I give you a writing assignment, I will show you an exemplar so you can see the structure of a well-written paragraph. I structured this like the hamburger paragraph that you guys have in your binders. Topic sentence, supporting details, conclusion sentence. Love and hate are very strong emotions. That's my topic sentence. One has to do with gentleness and kindness, while the other is volatile and angry. There are numerous people I love in this world, like my dad, who I talk to multiple times a day, my sisters, including my nieces and nephew, and my husband, as well as my children. There's no one on this earth that I hate, but, of course, there are people that I don't necessarily like, but I don't exert much energy thinking about them. Yes, love and hate are very strong emotions, but I choose love every single time. So you have the topic sentence up there that tells you what the whole paragraph is going to be about. We're talking about love and hate, and then I give you a bunch of details about the people that I love, including Denzel. And then at the end, I wrap it all up with a bow to remind you guys of what the paragraph is about and to let you know that I am done, Joseph, writing on this topic. Huh? So that's all you were supposed to do. You okay? All right, darlings, put that in the warm-up section of your binders. Let me tell you what the AKS is for today. The only reason I want to teach 9th grade ELA is because of the text that we are about to start studying. Romeo and Juliet is my favorite thing to teach. My second favorite thing is Greek mythology, and we're going to do that at the end of the year. But I love Romeo and Juliet. So I'm very excited about this unit. All right, our standard. We're working to interpret and construct text to aid the analysis and evaluation of text and ideas. What does that mean? We have our two verbs in red up there. They tell you what we're going to do. Interpret means simply to explain the meaning of. If you read a letter from your friend or a text message from your friend, you have to think about what that text means, especially if they're using a lot of abbreviations and all it's slang, right? You have to think about what that means. All you're doing is interpreting it. If you're reading a short story, you have to interpret what it means. That means be able to explain what it means. Romeo and Juliet is written in Shakespearean language. It was written in the 1500s. So the language that they use, the way they talk back then, the vocabulary that they use is very different from the way that we speak today. So it's going to take us some time to get used to the way that they're talking in this play. But the books that we're going to use to read it has the actual play on one side, and then it has the translation on the other side of the page. So you'll always be able to figure out what they're talking about. So that's our standard. That's your learning target. I can translate and explain the prologue of the tragedy of Romeo and Juliet. So a little bit of information about this play. Romeo and Juliet is not an original play written by William Shakespeare. This was a really long poem that was written way before Shakespeare was even born. It was a very famous poem. Everybody knew the poem, and they knew what the story is in the poem. It's like The Raven, right? If we turn The Raven into a play, we already know what happens in The Raven, but now we turn it into a play. So if we go and watch the play, we know what's going to happen, right? So the people who watched that play already knew everything that was going to happen. So there's a part called the prologue. It's only 14 lines at the beginning of the play where Shakespeare tells everything that's going to happen. He talks about who's going to fall in love, who's going to get married, who's going to die, who's going to survive. He tells all of that. All right? So what you guys are going to do is you're going to break up in groups. I'm going to give you the prologue, but the prologue is all mixed up. So we got 14 lines right here. All of these lines are all mixed up. You are going to have to put them in order. So this is the story of what happens in Romeo and Juliet. I just mixed it all up. Okay? So you and your group members are going to try to figure out how this story comes to life in the prologue and write it on the sheets of paper. questions about what you gotta do?
Are we getting it?
I see you, Debbie.
2 hours. The end are you? Baby, that's a. Is that an F? Baby, that's a bus. She's taking a picture.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys should have attempted to translate or put the prologue story in order. Joseph, go to your seat. This is how it should be. Two families, both equally noble, live in Verona, the setting of our play. From an old grudge, there is a new fight, where they stain their hands with others' blood. Children from these feuding families fall in love and commit suicide. Their sad and tragic deaths end their parents fighting. We will present the story of their love and death. We will present the story of their love and death and the story of their parents fighting, which is the only thing that could end their parents' rage. This play will last 2 hours. Listen with patient ears so you will hear anything we left out of the prologue. I will give you this sheet so you'll know what it said. So how many people got it exactly right? I'm going to give you this so that you'll see it. How many people ever heard of Steve Harvey? Anybody know who Steve Harvey is? All right, I should have had a picture of him. Steve Harvey, tell me about Steve Harvey. He's what?
He bald.
He's bald, he's a black man. What does he do? He's a comedian, he's an actor, he's a game show host. One game show that Steve Harvey hosts is called Family Feud. Family Feud is a show where 5 members of a family come and compete against 5 members of another family. They have to battle each other. They answer questions to see who can win the most money. So, Romeo and Juliet is nothing but a huge game of Family Feud. The families are battling each other. We got 2 families. We have the Capulets and we have the Montagues. So you're going to have to decide while you're reading, whose side are you on? Are you on the Capulet side or are you on the Montague side? So we're going to talk about each of these characters and whose side they're on. Connor, we need to be writing this down. Joseph, come on.
Well, you need to be writing this down?
Yes. So on the Capulet side, ladies and gentlemen, we have Lord Capulet. Yes. Yes. We have Lord Capulet. Lord Capulet is the dad. Go ahead. Lord Capulet is the dad. He is Juliet's father. He is married to Lady Capulet. Lady Capulet is Juliet's mother. We will learn that Lady Capulet and Lord Capulet got married at a very young age, and we'll talk about why they got married when they were 12, 13, 14. And then Lady Capulet had Juliet when she was 12, 13 years old. We'll talk about why. There's a specific reason why they got married at a young age. So Juliet is their only daughter. Juliet is 12 years old. Say again?
What's underneath that?
Oh, Prince and Friar Lawrence.
Who is that?
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you about all of them, and I'm gonna give you a sheet that describes everybody. Yes. All right, so still on the Capulet side, we have the nurse. The nurse is very much like Juliet's mother. She has raised Juliet since Juliet was a child. The nurse breastfed Juliet. Back then, their mothers did not feed them. They hired a nurse to do that. So the nurse is very much like Juliet's mother. She has a much closer relationship to Juliet than Juliet does with her mom. And then we have Tybalt. Tybalt is Juliet's cousin. Tybalt is hot-headed. He likes to fight. He starts a bunch of mess all the time. He's scrappy. On the Montague side, we have Lord Montague, that's Romeo's dad. We have Lady Montague, that's Romeo's mother. Then we have Romeo. Romeo is 16 years old, and he is a lover.
Wait, hold on.
Huh?
Wait, hold on. How old is Juliet?
Juliet is 12, about to be 13.
What?
So Romeo is 16 years old. He is a lover. We will see at the beginning of the play that Romeo is in love. I'm not saying who he's in love with, but Romeo is in love. His head is in the clouds. All he's focused on is girls. Benvolio is Romeo's cousin. Benvolio is the kind, honest, peaceful guy. He is the opposite of Tybalt. Benvolio is the same age as Romeo, and he always kind of takes care of Romeo and makes sure Romeo's straight. Then we have Mercutio. Mercutio is Romeo's best friend. He is not related to the Montagues, but because he is Romeo's best friend, he hates the Capulets. He can't stand Tybalt. They always fight. Mercutio is his best friend. Then we got two people that are not on either side. We have the prince of the town. His name is Prince Aeschylus. He's the prince. He tries to prevent people from fighting. He warns them over and over again. And then we have Friar Lawrence. Friar Lawrence is like the preacher. He is Romeo's mentor. Friar Lawrence and Romeo are very close, kind of like Juliet and the nurse. Friar Lawrence is an adult. He's much older. He is Romeo's mentor. These are the people that you need to learn for our play. We will read about all of them. I will give you a description of them, but you need to know these people, and you need to be able to put them in the right category, whose side each family is on. Yes? Now, back to our prologue. Again, we know from the prologue that there are two families who hate each other. We will never learn what their hatred is about. We don't know why they were fighting, but they've been fighting for years. It started way before these people. So we know that there are two families who hate each other. Are these poor families? No. Prologue tells us that they are noble. These are rich families that everybody knows in Verona, Italy. Again, they have children who will fall in love. Juliet and Romeo will eventually fall in love, but of course they can't be together because their families hate each other. We'll find out what happens, but we know at the end what's going to happen to them.
They kill themselves.
They kill themselves. All right, but a whole lot of stuff is going to happen in between. So let's go back to the prologue. Now I'm going to give you another sheet that has the translation, what you were writing up there. So the chart is how it appears in the play. The other sheet is the translation. You're going to have to put the I'm going to use some scissors. You're going to cut up the translation and glue it onto the chart in the right spot. Okay? So you have the chart. Here's the translation for each line. You're going to cut this and put it on there. I'm going to give you scissors. I'm going to give you glue. Don't nobody know.
No.
I'm not getting your face. I'm just watching.